Welcome everyone to the People's Podcast. This is James, aka Big Jim Brother. We're here with you for the third episode. Here's my co-host Alex.
How's it going, guys? Nice to see you again.
Yeah. Feels good, to be this consistently. It almost feels weird, doing it so much.
Not taking like months in between between episodes.
So yeah,
Uh,
we're back with you another fun episode.
a
We got
lot of fun. A lot of fun on this one, that's for sure. So really excited to get into it.
Yeah, it's gonna be different from the previous because the past two episodes we had reviews of pay-per-views to do. This time we got no reviews other than some current wrestling talk. Other than that, we got some new type of discussions we're gonna do, new categories, new topics, and we'll have a guest later on as long as everything goes to plan.
Mr. Simon.
Yeah,
So
we'll have Mr. Simon. Got anything else for the introduction, Alex?
don't think so. Nope. Might as well just get right into it. Current wrestling talk.
Yeah.
What's going on in the wrestling world that you love, that you don't love? Just I
Well,
can tell by the shirt. Yeah,
yeah.
kind of the big one from last night.
Yeah,
So
recording this on Tuesday following Monday Night Raw, and Jey Uso done captured the Intercontinental Championship. That's a big yeet. I'm all for it.
I think it's a stupid dance, but it's catchy.
Yeah, and I honestly I'm surprised because Braun Breaker did not have that big of a reign.
No,
I
he just
think
won it. What,
yeah,
SummerSlam? Is when he beat Sammy for it?
I believe it was SummerSlam. It was 51
Yeah,
days, so yes, in SummerSlam.
yeah,
And I think it's one of those unfortunate things. I don't think there's anything bad on Braun Breaker. If anything, it might help him. He could be a main eventer or something. But I think it was just time to pull the card on Jay because he's been hot for a long time, like
yeah.
about a year now. His merch has been top seller, and he's not the best wrestler in the world. I'm not going to say that, but I think he's good. He's put on plenty of entertaining matches with like people like Gunther, Drew McIntyre, Dragunov, and the match he had with Braun Breaker last night was a really good match, and I'm happy to see him get a singles run as a champion.
After 5,000 and some odd 300 or something days as a WWE wrestler, first singles title, super
Yeah.
special for him. I mean, you could tell like just how emotional he got
Hmm.
when he was being interviewed in the crowd afterwards. I don't know if that aired or not. I didn't watch Raw live, but
No, I didn't air it, but it was
that was
all
you
over
could just tell,
social.
dude. He had tears in his eyes. Everybody was screaming for him, and you could just tell how much that meant to him. And that's really what wrestling's about. Moments like that, I just love to see, no matter who it is. Like, I'm not the biggest fan of Jay as a
Yeah, that's what I was
singles
gonna
guy.
ask. I know you're not the biggest Jey Uso fan. I know you don't like
I
dislike him or anything. You're just
No,
not.
absolutely. I don't dislike him. I love Jay Uso and as a tag team, as the Usos in tag team wrestling. As a singles guy, didn't really do anything for me. Um,
Hmm.
Nonetheless, I'm super excited for him, super happy for him. I don't really think he's that great of a singles wrestler. I think he meshes a lot more in tag team action. I think he's
Hmm.
a lot better with Jimmy and doing all the tag team stuff. I mean, he can hold his own in the singles, but and I think Yeet is dumb. I've always thought
Really?
it was dumb.
Oh, I love Yeet.
Even though we do the dance, it's just dumb. Just yelling Yeet. That it's like that took over his whole persona. Like that literally is what Jey Uso is. It just doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to me.
See
But
that
I mean, it works for him. It
catchphrase?
works.
Yeah.
He he said a word one time in a drunk in a post conference
Yeah,
for
drunk
a
or
pay per
high
view,
or
and it caught
crossed.
on, and
And honestly,
it
I
caught
hate it
on, and
at
now he's
first.
one of the most over guys in wrestling. So
I hated it at first. Like I watched that interview, I'm like, it's stupid saying
I
Yeet,
thought
and
that interview was fucking hilarious,
the interview is
dude.
hilarious. But then he kept on saying like Yeet afterwards. I'm like, this is dumb. Obviously, my opinion has changed. I'm all for yeeting.
You will never see me in a Yeet shirt. I think it's a dumb word, but whatever. Hey, it helped him. It made him one of the most over guys in all of wrestling. So
Hmm.
it obviously worked for the mass audience. So you can't blame him for capitalizing on it at all.
Hmm.
But super happy for Jay. He deserves it. And going back to your point about Brown Breaker, I'm fine with it. I think it'll just catapult him as a main eventer.
Hmm.
He'll probably start doing some main event stuff hopefully, more than likely. I mean, I wouldn't even mind if he were to face Cody Rhodes for the title and put up a really good match or whatever.
Gunther.
Maybe beat Cody down the line. Yeah, Gunther versus Braun Breaker would be sick. So
Yeah.
I'm hoping that we get to see that at some point.
I definitely
But
think we will. And I think we'll
yeah,
have a few good more matches with him and Jay.
yeah, probably a rematch or whatnot. So
I think Jay will have a decent reign, but I don't think it's gonna be super long. I almost wonder if they're gonna kind of transition him to Dominic to being champion
really, you think so?
because Jay and Rhea keep on like
Yeah.
hooking up and doing their thing, and
Whoa, hey, you watch it. Rikishi's coming for you if you keep saying
yeah.
that. Keep saying stuff like that.
But
But yeah,
yeah, I can see that for some story, and I also think Dom deserves a single title run eventually. But I hope Jay gets at least a few months as champion.
yeah. Yeah, no, I wouldn't have a problem with it. I mean, I don't like watch every week, so I'm not sure it's hard for me to keep up with all of what's going on, but wouldn't mind seeing him defended at a couple of pay-per-views.
Hmm.
I'm assuming he's going to be involved some sort of way in Survivor Series in the
Oh
War
yeah,
Games match, but
I
I
think
don't
it's only
know. I don't really
time.
know. Yeah, it's going to be like a bloodline versus bloodline thing or whatever, but he's just
Hmm.
kind of off on his own, doing his own thing for now, so
Which is good.
it's,
Which is good.
yeah,
He's doing it
yeah,
really well on his own.
yep,
Definitely the
agreed.
better Uso.
Oh, yeah. No offense, Jimmy, but
Yeah.
uh,
Also, we got Braun Strowman and I'm gonna say Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed absolutely destroying each other and just anything in their sight.
big, meaty men slapping meat.
I love
That's
it.
what
I
we like to
love
call
it.
it. Come to
Mo,
Chicago. Come to
yeah,
Chicago. Let's get more meat chants going.
meat. I love watching men slap meat.
Uh,
But
yeah.
yeah, I think because now they're gonna have a last monster standing match next week on Raw. I think that should be actually really good.
Yeah. I mean, who doesn't love just big dudes just throwing each other around?
Exactly,
Throwing fans at other big dudes.
and just
It's like, I'm gonna beat a motherfucker with another motherfucker. What does
yeah,
that mean?
that's basically what they were doing on Raw. The security kept on coming in. They were just beating the hell out of the security guard. Bronson Reed made one of them do a splash to the other one on the top rope.
I saw Bronson Reed do a splash on top of one
Mm-hmm.
guy who was laying on top of another guy, and I was
Yeah.
like, no thanks.
For a second, I thought Braun Strowman was gonna jump off the top rope. He went to the
God,
top
could you
rope
imagine?
when a bunch
God,
of
that'd
them
be
were
like,
crowded outside the ring with Bronson Reed. I'm like, ain't no way this big guy doing that. And
oh,
then
he should have.
Bronson
He should
Bronson
have.
Reed, went back. He's like, yeah, nah, nah.
It'd be like Lance Archer jumping off. I mean,
Yeah.
Lance Archer does moonsaults off the top rope,
Mm-hmm.
but
Yeah, but I think that match should be good. My guess the ring's gonna break. My guess it's gonna be
yeah,
the
more
main
than
event.
likely. When's the last time we've seen a ring break?
I
It's
think
been
it
a
was
while.
Strowman and Big Show, like 2018, 2019.
It's been a while. Besides, obviously, Roman running over the ring or Brock running over the ring with
Yeah.
with farming equipment at
A
SummerSlam that
tractor,
one year.
yeah.
But
God,
yeah,
dude, that shit was fucking hilarious.
that is the most memorable Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns match
Oh,
ever.
memorable and the
It's the
best
only
one.
one that stood out.
Yeah,
It's the
it's
only one
it's
that was different.
it's actually a really good match. It's funny and like I said, it's
Yeah,
memorable. Like I was there for that match, so it's easy for me to remember it. But like
you
that,
were at that SummerSlam.
yeah, yeah. Man, I had good seats for that one too. I just remember seeing Brock come in with the fucking tractor. I'm like, what is he doing? And he bumps in the ring. I'm like, oh, that was an accident. Nope, it was not. But yeah, I
Man.
got some stuff going on SmackDown, but I'm gonna leave that one segment for later because I know Alex is gonna want to talk about it later, so no need to double talk about certain things.
We'll get to it.
Hmm.
We'll get to that. So, anything else on the WWE front that you're liking, want to mention? Drew versus Bad Blood's coming up
Oh yeah,
is it next weekend?
I think so. Yeah, I think next weekend.
First weekend of October. So,
Yeah,
I guess we can talk about one thing. What do you think should main event? I've been seeing a lot that Roman and Cody are going to main event. So,
to me,
what are your thoughts on that?
it's no question. It should be Drew versus CM Punk as the main event. I get Roman and Cody the big tag team match. I get that. Any other time I say that's main event, just not this time.
Yeah, I'm 100% in agreement with you. Drew versus Punk obviously is the marquee matchup for, especially being in Hell in a Cell.
Hmm.
Like that should 100% main event the show. You can open with Roman and Cody, and because always got to start off with a bang and
Yeah,
end
that's
with
what
a
I think.
bang.
Mm.
So why not open with Roman and Cody? I'm assuming Hell in a Cell is going to open, but
And I think you're gonna be a very happy man. I know last episode you're saying how you want blood. They both said that they're gonna make each other bleed. So
I
I
hope
think it,
so, man.
I think it's a good
It's
chance we're gonna see blood.
I hope so. I hope so. But we'll have to wait a week and a half to find out.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I guess that'll be our next review. That'll be our next episode review,
oh
right?
yeah, yeah. Bad
Yeah.
Blood
So
review,
we
Wrestle
review it
Dream
there.
preview, etc., etc.
Mm-hmm. I guess one more thing to talk about on the WWE side for SmackDown, just the mid card for SmackDown's really good. Ever since Logan Paul lost the U.S. title, it's just been LA Knight's doing great stuff with Andrade, and
Yeah,
Carmelo Hayes are having a great feud.
yeah, yeah. I've been enjoying those matches too.
Hmm.
Those are definitely something I've been seeking out to watch because I love both of those guys. Um, Carmelo Hayes is one of my favorite up and comers, and Andrade is obviously a well established wrestler.
Hmm.
Loved him ever since basically seeing him in NXT for the first time. So,
Yeah,
but
one of
those are
them.
some can't miss matches in my opinion.
And I remember when Andrade was in NXT and he won the NXT title from Drew McIntyre. I didn't know much about him at this time. I'm like, who is this? Like, why? I was so like upset. I'm like, why the hell did they get Drew McIntyre? And I'm like, shit, this guy's actually good,
And then his match with Johnny Gargano is
dude.
probably, I'd have to think of it, but it probably a top five NXT match of all time
Oh,
for me.
I would say
That
so.
match was insane.
Especially
Absolutely
because I
insane.
felt like there's a lot of great NXT matches that you expected to be great. I don't think as many people expected that match to be as good as it was.
Yeah. The Meteora, was it Meteora with the double
Hmm.
knees? Is that what it's
Yep.
called? Meteora on the outside, like on the turnbuckle on the
Yeah.
apron. Oh man. I still think about that spot.
Uh, Alright, I mean, yeah, I mean, mid card's fire. I think the women division needs some bonus stuff or something on SmackDown. We talked
It
to
just
slightly.
feels so stale. It
y-
feels so
y-
stale.
I know we slightly talked about it last episode. Just Nia Jax ain't doing it for me.
She's never done it for me.
Yeah, I'll
Like
say,
even
has she improved from her first run? Yes, but the bar was not high.
no. I mean, improving from to less than all right is isn't much. It's an improvement, but
Yeah,
uh, but yeah,
yeah,
man, I don't know, man. Something about the outside of like Bria and Liv, it seems like the women's division in WWE is just
lackluster.
lacking. Yeah,
Yeah, Triple H. That's one. I think that's probably Triple H's biggest flaw so far is woman booking.
which is weird because he was such a great NXT into Black
Yeah,
and Gold was fantastic for women's
yeah.
wrestling.
I mean, he's the one who actually fixed the women's division from the
Yeah,
Divas division, and now that it.
just doesn't seem like it's a priority, which I feel like it should be.
Hmm.
Um,
Especially with SmackDown goes 3 hours. Apparently, SmackDown's gonna be 3 hours now.
two different 8 hours of WWE television a week is a lot. That is a lot of TV, and you're
Yeah.
gonna have to do something to start filling up the space. Stop showing
Hmm.
so many damn replays.
Hmm.
Like get rid of some of the replays and start featuring some more people or something. Just
Hmm.
something's gonna have to be done. But I'm not a businessman, so don't listen to me.
All right. Got some AEW talk. What's up? If you want to talk about AEW?
Geez, there's really not a whole lot of. I mean, Grand Slam is coming up tomorrow, so that's
Hmm.
super exciting. Nigel McGuinness and Brian Danielson. As long as Brian gets cleared, which I know that's just part of the story. But Brian Danielson versus Nigel McGuinness, super excited for that.
Dude, I am
Mox
really.
and Darby, super hyped for that.
There's a pay per view quality card. You got no, it was Ricochet and Will Ospreay is in the following one, right? That's the
That's next week at the fifth year anniversary
Yeah,
show.
that's what I
Yeah,
thought.
Young Bucks versus Osprey and Kyle Fletcher, which will be while probably not the right tag team that won the Casino Battle Royal, was going to be an amazing match. Obviously,
Hmm.
anytime Osprey and Fletcher and the Young Bucks are in a ring, they produce magic. So
Oh yeah. Anytime Ospreay's
Mariah
in a ring, he
May,
produces magic.
yeah, right. I don't. Who's Mariah May defending against? I don't even know. But Mariah May's on the card, so I'm happy. Oh man! And apparently Nana's gonna be there talking about an update on Swerve. So we'll
Hmm.
see if they start building a new story or something. whatever happens there, it's going to be exciting.
Mhm.
I just think it's going to be a great show. Grand Slam usually never disappoints. So
Yeah, I mean, I almost feel like that should be a pay-per-view instead now, because they wanna go a pay-per-view every month now, which is I'm cool with, as long as I get that freaking streaming service. I feel like that's a
yeah,
good pay-per-view
yeah,
name.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it's just tough because you had All Out what 2, 3 weeks ago,
Mhm.
and then you have Wrestle Dream coming up in 2 weeks. So it's
Oh, yeah,
like,
I'm not saying make that another whole, like, just change one of the name, like, almost, like, change All Out to Grand Slam, because All Out
well,
all man,
you
confusing.
saw what they're doing. They're doing Grand Slam in Australia in February next
Oh,
year.
yeah, you're right, you're right.
So I guess maybe they are.
Yeah, you're right.
So maybe they're moving it, and it's going to be like a traveling actual pay per view from now on. That would be not bad
I'm for
because
that now.
that gap from World's End to Revolution is kind of
Mhm.
it's a slog, man, with no pay per view or anything in between there.
It's crazy how much it's changed in 5 years, because it used to be only 4 pay-per-views in the year, and now we're gonna be having 12,
God, there's like I think as of now there's what 9 this year. There was 9
something
this
like
year.
that, which I'm all for cool with. Again, just
Oh
get the
yeah, me
streaming
too.
service.
Absolutely, yeah. I think the magic number
That's the
for
only
me would
thing.
be like 6 or 7, but I'm
Mhm.
fine with more. So,
Yeah.
because AEW pay-per-views never disappoint.
Yeah,
They hit every single time.
they've had very rare bad, like, there's only one I can think was bad, and that was, like, Double or Nothing, I think 2021 or 22. I wouldn't even say bad, it just wasn't that good.
I think 2022 was the one with Jericho and Nicole, which was very
Yeah,
disappointing.
yeah, that one.
That had like the Bucks and Blackpool Combat Club in I don't remember actually.
Yeah, but
It was
yeah.
yeah, Anarchy in the Arena. I forgot who it was exactly.
But
No, I think that
overall,
was a good one. I think 23 was the bad Double or Nothing.
no, I think it was longer than a year. I don't know. Either way, there's only
Who
been one.
cares? Who
Yeah,
cares?
and
Even their bad like bad pay-per-views are decent.
mm-hmm.
So, um,
Yeah, again, all I want is a streaming service, and I hope when if they doing one a month, they did a lot better with All Out and All In this year about separating them 2 weeks. I hope they're
yeah,
just like, if you're gonna have them at the middle of the month, make them all in the middle of the month or beginning and
yeah.
whatever you want to do. It just
Well,
that could spread out.
word is all the pay-per-views are going to be going to Max, which is great.
I hope. I hope.
Obviously, it's not official
I
yet,
know.
but that's the word as of now. So I'm just waiting for the moment they announce
Same.
the new deal because I'm like subscribing to Max immediately
I'm
because
already at max, so like it'd be perfect for me. It wouldn't
perfect,
change.
yeah,
It'd save me
yeah,
$50, every month or so.
yeah. Honestly, I think that's supposedly going to be starting in like 2025. So
Hmm.
3 more pay-per-views to buy or illegally stream. Don't come
Yeah,
after us.
and that's the problem for me. Like sometimes, like AEW seems to love to have pay-per-views when I'm out of town. Like they know
Yeah,
my schedule or
right.
something because I'll be out of town for Wrestle Dream, and I don't mind, like for like WWE where it's just $10. Or if I find out results, I'm still gonna watch it because I think
Yeah,
it's 10. I kind of have it for
yeah,
free almost. But
yeah,
I don't like paying $50 when all the matches I know what happened because I can't stay off
yeah,
of social media for multiple days.
yeah.
I'm Gen X here.
I'm also not available for Wrestle Dream, unfortunately. I'm gonna order it and then probably watch it the next night on Sunday. So all I have to do is stay off for a day max.
Hmm.
Um, but I got some plans that weekend, so gonna have to catch it the following day. But well, a day I think is doable. But when you're waiting like 3, 4 days up to a week, it's impossible
Yeah,
not to see any of the results.
like for All Out, I mean it's kind of different because that's like their WrestleMania. I didn't watch it live. I watched it the day after, and I just basically deleted my social media.
All in, you mean?
Yeah, all see,
Okay,
I
I was
do.
gonna say we were there. We were literally at All Out. Saw you. Unless that was a figment of my imagination. But yeah, I feel you. Um, all right. Anything else on the AEW front? There's not a whole lot else going on. I feel like.
No, this is the one thing I think we haven't talked about much outside of WWE and AEW, TNA. We haven't. I don't think we talked about TNA at all. I mean, don't they don't got too much going on, but they got Joe Hendry. I'm a big Joe Hendry fan.
I don't see the hype, man. I mean, I don't hate him at all. Like, I don't dislike him. It's just he's all right.
He's a fun entrance.
That's exactly it. Is he's an entrance,
That's
and
really it is for me.
it's
Like I think,
catchy,
yeah,
but it's not something that I just.
I don't think he's a great wrestler at all. He's entertaining. He's the perfect for the WWE style.
Similar
He's
to Jey
entertaining.
Uso, like he found something that works for him, and he's capitalizing on it, and he's doing what he's
Mhm.
got to do. So, I mean, the WWE fans seem to love him, so why
Mhm.
not? He's
Yeah.
gonna end up there anyways, I bet.
Easily.
There's no reason they wouldn't bring him in. I mean,
Mhm.
he's got merch money written all over him.
Mhm.
So similar to how Cody is. You saw that Cody is one of the top 5 merch sellers on Fanatics.
Fanatics in general?
Not just wrestlers, but in general,
Holy
every
shit.
merch seller.
That's
That's
big.
that's
That's
how huge wrestling fans love Cody Rhodes or WWE fans or whatever.
and that shows how big wrestling's getting. Like at the Fanatics event in New York like a month ago, the wrestlers were the first people to sell out.
Yeah,
Hey, I love seeing that.
Wrestling fans are dedicated, bro. I'll give them
Yeah,
that. So, and I
for
mean, you
real.
got people like going back to Joe Hendry. You got Jamal Williams on the Saints, the running back,
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
singing Joe Hendry's music video in like a TikTok or whatever.
And
It's
that's
like,
what I
oh
love to
man,
see now, man. I feel like, there's a long period where wrestling wasn't cool, but I definitely think we're back at the period where, it's cool to be a wrestling fan again.
it's starting to feel that way.
Mhm.
I
And I
mean, I
think
still get weird looks when I tell people that I like wrestling, but you know
I
what?
haven't
Screw
gotten
them.
in a
Screw them. I
while.
don't give a damn.
Yeah, I haven't gotten a weird look or someone say, "Oh, why do you watch it? Because it's fake?" I haven't gotten that in a long time,
Yeah, yeah,
fortunately. I think, as you get older, people probably realize, like, yeah, he probably knows it's fake.
yeah, yeah,
Scripted,
yeah. Right.
scripted.
Wait a minute. Hold on. You mean Kane and Undertaker aren't actually brothers?
That's what I
Kane
used to
didn't
do.
burn in a fire.
That's what I used to do, like, back in, like, high school, and people would say that. I'm like, "Great, if it is?" I'm like, "Oh, you just ruined the whole sport for me. I'm never gonna watch it again." Like, "Really?" I'm like, "No, shut the fuck up."
Some of the
Yeah.
crazy shit that happened in wrestling just should be a dead giveaway. Like
Mhm,
somebody
yeah.
giving birth to a hand. Like, come on, people.
Like, I hate to tell you people, but the Avengers aren't real either.
How dare you, James? I'm quitting this podcast. Uh, you're telling me Iron Man can't actually fly?
I mean, I guess if
Captain
somebody's
America doesn't have super strength?
bet you Elon Musk probably can figure out how to make a Iron Man suit.
You mean Bruce Banner can't actually form into a giant green human with super strength?
Oh man, wait till you
Uh,
find out about Santa Claus.
uh, um, how dare you? Oh man. Anything else in wrestling you wanna talk about really?
No, I
Anything
think
TNA
we
related? Anything Indies related? New Japan?
no, I think we
Um,
hit it. I mean, not too
yeah,
much crazy stuff
I
going on
haven't
in the
been.
indies.
Yeah, I haven't really been paying much attention outside of the major couple of companies just because of moving and whatnot.
Yeah,
So,
it's just tough
but
overall, man.
dude,
It's
it's hard.
tough.
Once I get settled, I want to start getting more into wrestling, like outside of AEW, WWE, TNA,
Hmm.
etc. New
I would
Japan.
love to. It's tough, because we work our regular jobs, we watch other sports. Football is starting up, the postseason baseball is right around the corner. It's tough to watch
It's
everything
tough, man.
and live
It's
your own
it's
personal
it's
lives
tough. Yeah.
outside the house.
Exactly. Yeah.
I wish I could just
Yeah.
sit here and watch. Hey, maybe if we get famous for this podcast, we can quit our job and then
Dude,
we'll have time to watch wrestling all we
dedicate
want.
60 hours a week to wrestling or whatever. Okay, I'm in. I would 100% do that. So, but rocking the New Japan shirt that we were
Hmm.
at earlier this year.
Yes,
So,
sir.
Windy City Riot. So, need to catch up on some GCW and whatever else. Wrestling Revolver is one of the good ones. I know around WrestleMania season, they run some really good indie shows, them and Deadlock Pro Wrestling.
Hmm.
So indies really ramp up around like WrestleMania season. So that's kind of
Yeah.
when I get into it again, and then I kind of fall out this time of the year when we
Hmm.
got playoff baseball coming up, football starts. So
All right. I moved
all right,
to guest wrestler.
uh, I guess it's that time. It is that time.
Am I guessing first?
My least favorite game in the world. Second least favorite. Yeah, whatever. Doesn't
Hey,
matter to
maybe
me.
maybe this will be the week you get it.
This will be the this will be the week. I'm terrible at thinking on my feet, people. So
I think you have a
don't
better
judge me,
chance at this
please.
one. I think
I
as
couldn't
long as
even
you
get Shawn Michaels. What do you mean?
that's true.
It's my favorite wrestler of all time, and I'm over here like, duh, Stone Cold.
All right.
All right,
So
what do we
my
got? Oh, are you guessing first?
yeah, I'll guess first.
Alrighty. So let me pull up the timer, and then it's just the same rules.
Yep. 1 minute and yeah.
1 minute, and then once the minute hits, you get one final guess.
Yep. And just remember you can ask, if it's this wrestler in the 60 seconds and that doesn't
Yep,
count. It's
yep.
a regular question.
All right, I'm gonna start this with 1 minute and 3 seconds, so then it'll be a countdown for you.
Okay.
All right, ready?
Is it a he?
Yes,
Are they still active?
yes,
Are they in AEW?
no,
Are they in WWE?
yes,
Have they wrestled their whole career in WWE?
no,
Okay. Were they in TNA?
no. I don't think so.
No. Okay. Were they popular in the Indies?
Yes,
Did they wrestle in NXT?
yes,
Are they still in NXT?
no,
Are they on Monday Night Raw?
yes. I don't
Okay.
really know.
Are they have they won a title in WWE?
Yes,
Mid card title?
yes,
Intercontinental title.
yes,
Is he the longest reigning Intercontinental champion?
no.
No. Um,
9, 8 seconds, seven
has,
seconds.
has he wrestled at WrestleMania?
Yes,
Was he part of the Ruthless Aggression era?
no.
Um,
Oh man. Uh
oh
oh, I
man,
might have stumped you on this one.
I was
Might
getting
have
really
stumped you.
positive with Gunther.
Might have stumped you.
Didn't wrestle
Actually,
with
Gunther was like gonna be other one that I chose, but I was like, nah, I'm gonna go with this guy.
Intercontinental champion, popular in the Indies, didn't wrestle. Sami Zayn?
No fucking way! You just guessed again, dude. Are you serious? Just for proof, people, I do have it up here. This is Sami Zayn's accomplishments here. This is Sami Zayn. Are you serious?
Holy shit, I can't believe I did it again, man. What the hell?
Dude, I don't understand how you do this. That's Sami Zayn. How the hell? You keep doing this. You're just throwing out guesses. Oh my god. Insane.
All right, 3 for
I thought I
3.
had.
I thought you had me. I was really confident you were going Gunther.
Dude, that's ridiculous.
Man, you threw me for a loop when you said it wasn't in TNA, but was popular
I don't
outside. I'm
think
like,
he wasn't in TNA, was he?
he might have did a match and shit here and there. I think he did
But
a. I think
he wasn't like a predominantly in
no,
TNA though. Yeah.
but yeah, he is on Raw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And obviously well known El
hmm
Generico in the Indies.
Yeah, yeah. That's why I
So
went my mouth like well-known indie Intercontinental champion. I just started going through the list of past
yeah.
Intercontinental champions, and like, okay, Sami Zayn, it's right there.
Damn it. God damn it, James.
All
Pissing me
right,
off. All right, give me the timer. Let me lose this week again.
hold on.
I'm
Let
just
me
kidding.
look
I'm
up.
gonna nail it this week. We're gonna get it.
I'm pretty sure I know all this guy's accomplishments.
I always freeze up like asking questions. I'm like, I don't even know what to ask anymore.
I froze up in that last 10 seconds.
It's so hard. I can't believe that, man.
Oh, where is it? All right, I got my first one ready.
Do you need me to? Do you need me to do the timer?
No, I got it. I get it
All
going.
right.
All right, can you see that?
Yep. Is it a male?
Yes.
Is he in WWE?
No.
Is he in AEW?
Yes.
Was he in WWE?
No.
Wow. Is it Kenny Omega?
No.
Was he big in New Japan?
No.
Darby Allin.
Holy shit! Yes.
Boom, baby. Let's go. That's a
Man,
record.
you did that in 40 seconds. Like,
40 seconds left.
Yeah.
Boom, let's go. I win. I was
Holy
gonna, so my mind was going like, okay, is he? I was gonna start asking like, is he a high flyer? Is he technical?
Mhm.
Blah blah blah.
That's
So I didn't
crazy.
even have to do that.
What's crazy is I was going back and forth to 2 people. It was between Kenny Omega and Darby Allin.
No way.
That was the 2 people I was going back and forth with at work
Hell
today.
yeah. Let's
There you
go.
go. You got your first one in
Got one under my
record
belt.
time.
The
Holy,
coffin drop.
that was
Thank you, Darby, for
impressive.
being. Thank you, Darby, for
That was impressive.
being. Hell yeah.
All right.
Uh, well, boom. Let's go. So you've guessed three, right? All
Mhm.
three. You're 3 of 3, and I'm 1 of 3 right now. So
Yeah, but you've had the best guess so far. You just
the quickest. It was gonna be like Kenny, Darby, Jungle Boy, or
mhm.
Jack Perry, and then you said no New Japan. So I was like, okay, it's not Okada or the Young Bucks. Just trying to think of like AEW originals and
All right. So I guess we go to the next segment, hot take of
that
the week, a
wraps up
new
that.
segment.
So moving on to my favorite part of the week. No, I'm just kidding. Um, do you want to
I-
go first?
I'll let you go first, since I played the game first.
Okay. Well, scorching hot take that you and I know a lot of other people aren't going to like. And no, I'm not saying it's bad.
Mhm.
I think the Roman and Cody promo was just it was fine at best. I don't think it was this great, amazing, like best promo ever that I've ever seen. I really don't think it was that.
Really,
I
man.
think it was good. I think it was a little awkward. I think that doing it outside of the ring or outside of the arena kind of took some effect away from it. Without like the crowd pops and everything, I feel like that would have made the Roman saying, "But I'm coming back for that title" or whatever. I feel like that would have made it feel that much more special.
Mhm.
And I've never been a fan of Cody the Talker.
Yeah.
I like Cody for what he can do inside the ring, and every time he talks, I'm like, I don't dig it.
Yeah.
But
I will agree with you on one thing. I think it would have been better in the ring because there was a lot of cool shit that was said that would had cool fan interactions, like
exactly.
Roman
I
saying,
would have loved to see what the fans like how the fans would have reacted to some of the stuff they were talking about.
like
That would have been great.
and like the line with Roman saying, like, you're in my way, in life. Like that's a cold line. I think that's a big line. That's saying like
Yeah.
Cody's a pest for Roman, and that's a lot for Roman to say because he just comes off
Yeah.
this great reign.
Yeah.
But we had this discussion on Twitter a little bit of a post, and
A little bit, yeah.
yeah, Simon said, he made a good point. I think about how WWE is no longer Roman's main thing. He's not the king no more. But at football stadium, against Cody, he has more rights over there. Which I agree, but I do agree. I do think it was better. It would be better in the ring, but still, I think it was such a great promo.
I think I think it was cool that Roman played. Didn't he play college football there at Georgia Tech?
Yeah, yeah.
So I think that is kind of was a cool aspect.
Hmm.
But I mean, ta not I don't even know what I'm trying to say.
But yeah, just
Disregarding that, I feel like it could have been a lot more memorable to me. It felt like they're just it's WWE. They're doing this whole like like it's a movie type of cinema type.
hmm
The one word to describe it would be cinematic. Like this,
yeah.
it's a
It was
movie.
one
It
hundred
looked like a
percent.
movie.
Yeah, 100
It looked
percent
like a movie,
cinematic.
and like I'll go watch a movie if I want to see stuff like that. Like
I guess that's
I
fair.
want to see fan interaction
Hmm.
in a wrestling promo or whatever, or something like Hangman burning down a fucking house.
Yeah, I can't.
Like I don't want to see just two dudes standing on a football field talking with all these fancy cameras and the
Hmm.
super exaggeration on cinema and whatnot. So I
Okay,
like my wrestling to be like gritty, and that just didn't
I
feel like that to me.
I can see where you're coming from that aspect. I get that, but the promo itself. So the promo itself? You just think it's just good?
I think it was good.
Hmm.
I'd give it a good. I don't think it was great, but it seems like people are calling it one of the best segments in history of wrestling.
I think it's
So I
up
feel
there.
like it's a pretty hot take on my part that it's decent to good. But
I would say it's a hot take. really big fan. Like I said, Cody
Yeah.
stepping in front of Roman. Him saying like, "This is not your title no more. This is not your company." And it was like a promo against himself, even though they're about to be teaming up.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, I'm down to see another Roman and Cody match,
Yeah, I think so too. I know people
but
are saying like, "Oh, you don't want to see it again." Like it has to happen again. Like
the problem is, like, if Roman can't beat Cody, then what is he? Where does he go from there?
The Rock.
I'm assuming that'll happen before he ends up coming back for Cody, though. Once he deals with the bloodline,
I feel like Cody and Roman's gonna happen at the Royal Rumble because I
really?
don't want to see that WrestleMania again.
Yeah, no, it doesn't need to
That
happen 3 WrestleManias in a row.
Yeah, that I
Absolutely
don't
not.
need. I don't need
No.
no Roman Brock like shit again.
Yeah, for real. uh, no, I feel you. We'll see. I mean, if they did it at the Rumble, that would set up perfectly for The Rock then.
Mhm.
But then, do you have The Rock cost Roman like the match against Cody?
And that's what's hard about it, because why would The Rock help Cody? I feel like there's a Rock Cody match in the future too.
Yeah, I mean, do you have it probably more so be The Rock just screwing over Roman for like throwing shade at him? I would imagine. I don't think it would be him
Hmm.
necessarily helping Cody, but
Almost similar to what Roman did to Solo at SummerSlam.
yeah,
Hmm.
pretty much, yeah.
All right,
Because
I
like
can see that.
We hadn't seen Roman until or since he lost to Cody, so he had no reason to help Cody. He just
Well, he even said that, it's not for Cody. He just, had to put Solo in his place.
exactly, yeah. So who knows? Maybe The Rock will do the same thing. I don't know
Hmm.
if that's even the plan. Who knows what the plan is, but
Yeah, who knows? They probably don't even know yet. They
no,
probably know some stuff, but they'll work their way there.
no. Wait, hold on. Hold on. That brings me to another thing. You see that they signed Hikuleo, Tamatonga's brother from New Japan, the super tall motherfucker
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
with the
yeah.
curly hair. Why on God's green earth does he have to go to NXT, but Tonga Loa got to go straight to the main roster?
It's a good
What?
question. That's a good
Something's
question.
ass backwards. Like, come on. Tonga Loa, the dude who botches literally everything he does.
Literally every big spot he's had so far, he's messed up.
Literally.
He can't even hold the title up right.
Sorry, I had to get that off. I
Hmm.
forgot to bring that up earlier.
That's fair. All right, you
All
ready
right,
for my hot take? I know a lot of
I'm
people.
ready. I'm ready.
All right, this is on the AEW side of things,
Nope. No hate towards AEW allowed. No, I'm just kidding.
and this is towards one of the managers that I think it just ruins one. Doesn't help a character more, ruins it, and that's Prince Nana.
Really?
I think it doesn't help Swerve. I think Swerve has this very serious character right now, and Nana coming in, just swerving while he drives. To me, it's like this guy's about to go to war, and this got this side clown, just like doing goofy stuff. It almost takes away from Swerve's badass side.
You know, I don't hate that take at all, honestly.
Hmm.
I
Like
definitely understand where you're coming from. I'm
I
guilty,
think
though, of appreciating Nana or liking Nana, thinking he's hilarious.
it's not even that I don't. I guess I don't dislike Nana. I was a big fan of the pairing when they first started because I thought it was cool. But ever since Swerve has gone to this more serious side, I feel like it doesn't fit him anymore.
Yeah. I will say it was hilarious when he danced on Brian Danielson's kid at All
That
In.
was savage. That was more savage and goofy. That's kind of stuff I
Uh,
like. But this,
yeah,
like
no, I
I've been
understand.
hoping to see Swerve just turn on him. I
Yeah,
think that would help make Swerve more of a heel because so
yeah.
many people do love Nana.
Yeah, yeah, true. I mean, everyone in the crowd dances every time Nana comes out or
Hmm.
whatever. So, yeah, no, I don't think that's a bad take at all, really.
All right, all right.
So, I definitely a hot take, but
Yeah, it's definitely a hot take. I know a lot of people aren't going to agree with that. All right. So should we
all
move to
right,
the next segment?
baby. This is what I'm interested in. I'm
This is gonna,
intrigued.
this could be some hot stuff on the internet,
I
depending on what we talk about here.
I'm intrigued. I don't even have a plan for this or anything. Just kind of going with the flow.
Hmm.
Dave Meltzer,
Fuck him.
tell me what you think about Mr. Dave, Grandpa Dave.
Dave Meltzer is a legend in the wrestling business. He was like the wrestling internet before the internet. Like it was everything he did was Pro Wrestling Illustrated. Like the man's like he's been involved in business for a long time, and it's helped a lot. But, like, in the past 10 years, more of, like, the past, like, 5 to 6 years, he is just so bad.
It's absolutely hilarious seeing him on Twitter, um, go back and forth with people trying to defend what he says or
Mhm,
whatever. I just find it so comical. Trying to come up with excuses for everything.
mhm,
It's just hilarious. I'll say one thing about Dave that I do like is he has his likes and appreciation for wrestling of what he enjoys.
mhm,
Like his rating system, I'm not going to say it's the end all be all of wrestling because it's not, of what's
yeah,
good, because it's absolutely not. And he acknowledges that. He says that he his rating system is based off of strictly what he enjoys.
mhm.
Now, do I think there's a little bias in there? Yeah, absolutely.
That was one of my old like, in the recent years, because he was definitely, I don't know if he still is, but there's, proof that he was on the AEW payroll when it first started, and to me, that's like that takes away, like, you're not legit then, like, if you're getting paid to review something, and to me,
Was he actually? Was that like official or confirmed? Because I don't know if was it
I
just a
don't know if
rumor?
100% confirmed, but I saw, like, a lot of, like, more up with the things saying he was.
Who
Do I know
knows?
it's 100% confirmed? No, I don't see that. Could I be wrong?
Uh, I don't know. I don't know if that really would have been real or not. But
Mhm.
if it was, then yeah, no, that's dumb.
But one of the
But
reasons why I hate him, like, is no, back when Bray Wyatt first, like, disappeared, like, unknown, he was one of the people, I believe, I'm pretty sure he was one of the people to report that he walked out and quit and shit like that. There was a bunch of reports saying he walked out, and knowing the situation, what it actually was, just makes me sick that this is these reporters
he
who,
got like really sick, didn't he?
yeah,
Yeah.
that's what led to his death, 'cause he got COVID and he just never recovered from it. And that's just stuff like that. There's reporters who just report the first thing they hear just so they can get their clicks without doing any type of research or asking around. They get that one source, and that's clickbait.
Yeah, because it's going to be plastered all over the internet. With the
Mhm.
way the internet is nowadays, people are going to run with it, and it's just
It's
it hurts.
unfortunate.
It hurts the wrestling
It
business.
hurts it so much, and
It hurts it.
I it's hard for these companies to crack down, but any of these wrestlers who are leaking stuff or just talking shit to talk shit to these reporters, like, man, I
Yo,
wish there was a way
fine
to
them or
crack
get
it
rid of
down.
them.
Yeah, if you can find out who did it, I think that should be immediately fired.
Yeah, stuff like that is not. I don't understand. I'll never understand for the life of me why people would want to leak something to dirt sheets.
Yeah, I don't get it. If you
Why not keep things internal?
Yeah, I don't understand it. Like, I guess they're probably getting paid. I guess Dave Meltzer probably say, "Hey, what's going on here? I slide you this X amount of money." Where if it's like some no name jobber, that's probably that's what I imagine what happens. Otherwise, I don't see why a wrestler would want to ruin it. Because I mean, like, for most wrestlers, you grow up watching this stuff. Why would you want to tarnish it?
Yeah, exactly. Like, isn't the special one of the special things about wrestling is the surprise and the disbelief, the
Hmm.
suspended belief.
And that goes beyond mental too. That's all, like, even
It's everyone, bro.
uh
Even you, Sean Ross Sapp.
yeah,
Even though
yeah,
I
that's
love
God
you,
thinking.
still love you though. Thanks for
You
thanks for
know,
meeting us and signing my chair.
Sean was a cool guy. We met him at a wrestling convention. Very cool guy. And I even told him, like, I don't like you for how damn good you are at your job. Like, cause no, I'll give him credit. He doesn't really like talk about stuff unless he has like the information.
Yeah, and
Information.
unless he's basically confirmed the information,
And I'll give him
yeah,
credit for that. But still, like, wrestling would be so much better without spoilers.
100%.
Hmm.
Spoilers. It ruins the surprise and the fun in wrestling for me.
Hmm. And it's hard,
Like I,
man.
I don't want to see, oh, this wrestler's returning from an injury or whatever. I don't
Or
want to
this,
see that. I want
yeah,
to
or
I want to be watching the show and I want to hear the music hit, or I want to be at the show and I want to hear the music hit and feel like the energy of the crowd and the energy of the wrestler coming back.
or that this person signed here. This person's,
Yeah.
like you said, like, there's so many crazy returns that would be even better if the internet wasn't over, like Cody going to like imagine Cody Rhodes just showing up at WrestleMania with no knowledge of what's going on outside.
Yeah,
That
that
would be
would have
one
been
of the
insane,
people like him, Edge, CM Punk, both times
dude.
with his returns. Like it just happens. I mean, sometimes
Yeah,
it helps. I get it helps these events sometimes because it sells tickets. But man,
it takes away a little bit from the
mm-hmm,
specialness. I get the CM Punk one coming back to AEW, like because tickets flew off the shelves, dude.
yeah,
Everybody wanted to see CM Punk
mm-hmm,
back. So like I kind of understand that. It would have been like a total complete if CM Punk just randomly showed up in AEW like when it started.
on fucking
Like what the
Collision.
fuck? That would have been wild. But
Yeah,
yeah,
back to what you were saying, his reviews things. Like I said, I don't care what his reviews are because his opinion's his opinion. But the damn fan base saying, "Oh, Dave Meltzer said it was a 5-star, 6-star, 7-star, 8-star match." That's what you
yo,
got to go off of.
17,000 stars in the Tokyo
Yeah.
Dome.
And what is like I don't even get that anymore. Like I think anything past 5 stars sounds goofy to me.
Yeah.
It's like I feel
We
like
we
if
gotta make our own. We gotta make our own
mhm,
rating scale and start rating matches. Like we can
I'm
do
down
like
for that.
bring like a match or two a week and be like, let's rate these matches.
That'd be a
I feel
fun
like that would be
segment.
fun.
But yeah, I am not a.
A new segment idea. But going back off of that, like yeah, the scale really doesn't make any sense anymore.
Hmm.
But I do want to say I'm glad that he even acknowledges that his rating system is from what he enjoys.
Yeah,
I do feel like, even though it is a little biased, I do feel like it is a decent starting point to maybe someone who's newer to wrestling and looking to expand their um,
to an extent.
horizons. Like if so, like Kenny Omega versus Will Ospreay or whatever. It's like that was rated high by Meltzer. It'd be like they can look at Meltzer's ratings or whatever and be like, okay, this is a match that maybe I would like.
Hmm.
Blah blah blah.
But
I've
if you're
never
going off of
hearing
that,
about any of the guys before.
if you're going off of that, you're gonna watch a Luchasaurus match before you watch Undertaker and Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania 25.
Which which match of Luchasaurus was rated?
At the we were both Full Gear 2019, the Anakin Arena match or whatever they called it.
Full Gear 2021?
I think it was 20.
Was that
What's it,
the Bucks
2021?
and Adam Cole versus Christian Jungle Boy and
Yeah,
Luchasaurus?
yeah, okay, that one. That one,
Like
my
the
bad.
hardcore match or whatever it was?
Yeah, that got 5 stars.
Did it?
Mm-hmm. Luchasaurus has more 5-star matches than Kurt Angle and Undertaker.
Fuck. All right. No, I mean obviously can't defend that at all. That's just
No.
embarrassing. That's
And
embarrassing. But
that's coming from the big AEW fan of you.
yeah, I'm a huge AEW fan, but come on, man. Like Undertaker and Shawn Michaels, you've been doing this for how long? Dave, and
Hmm.
Undertaker and Shawn Michaels didn't get a 5 star match. Neither of their matches got 5 stars
Yeah.
at WrestleMania. None of them.
Does
Kurt
it wrestle?
Angle, one of the greatest wrestlers of all time, never got a 5 star match. And again, there's no point in getting mad
It's
of
not.
his
I don't
rating
get
system, but
get
it's
more
just
upset.
wild.
Yeah, I just get more upset when people.
Oh yeah, dude, the fan base just takes it and runs with it.
Hmm.
Oh, this guy got 5 star matches or whatever, blah blah blah. This guy has this many 5 star matches. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah,
Like,
it really don't
do you
matter.
enjoy watching his matches? Yes or no? Yes. Okay, watch more. No, then don't watch them.
Yeah, it's your opinion. It should be whoever your opinion should be your opinion. You shouldn't go off of someone else's opinion.
Yeah. As much as his it is his opinion, nothing bugs me more than when people will follow something and not watch it for themselves or form their own opinions.
Hmm.
You hear it all the time with like people like quoting Jim Cornette or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, oh, pockets, blah blah blah. Orange Cassidy, pockets. He's unserious, terrible
Mm,
wrestler. Like he shouldn't even be in wrestling. It's like, do you actually think that, or are you just a Cornette cultist?
yeah.
That
Well, it is.
it's just weird, man.
Yeah,
Wrestling
I
fans
can't.
are weird.
They are. Like they're some of the most loving people or most toxic people.
It's insane. And I've never had bad experiences like at shows.
Yeah, I've never had a.
It's the internet, man. The
Yeah,
internet.
it's all these keyboard warriors, man. That's all it is.
Yeah, it's so toxic. It's so
Because
annoying.
most of them, like we talked about last week, most of them that hate AEW or hate WWE, they don't watch the other ones, so you don't see them at shows, and they just don't know how to shut up on the internet.
It makes no sense at all.
Mhm.
One more thing I want to mention about this Meltzer conversation. I don't know if you had anything else, but
I don't
I'm
got
so
nothing.
sick and tired of these people. Like Meltzer is the main one that I see reporting out like drama or whatever that happened
Mhm.
behind the scenes. What's your purpose?
Yeah.
Like literally, if you can answer that question, why are you doing this?
Yeah, I don't
And
it's
if it's
not
for money, that's bullshit.
that's all it
Because do you know how much that hurts the product and it hurts the perception of the product?
Mhm.
Because then people online are going to sit there and run with it and make up bullshit
Yeah,
about, oh, AEW is a shit show, like Tony doesn't know how to run the place. Like the
yeah.
stuff with Britt Baker and MJF.
You
MJF
boo.
literally said in an interview, he was like, it was nothing. Like, it was literally nothing. Like, he went to talk to her or whatever and walked away.
Yeah.
It's like, it got blown so out of proportion by these dirt sheets.
You
It's
know,
just, it's ridiculous, man.
people like Dave Meltzer, Ringside News, and so many others, they just tarnishing the business they love, and in personal stuff, it doesn't matter. Like I saw the other day a few articles about possibility of Adam Cole and Britt Baker not being together anymore. I'm like, why is that anyone's business? Like, definitely
It's
not my.
not.
It's not my
It's
business.
not. It's hurting the business. It's hurting the perception of these companies.
Mhm.
What's the purpose of telling about drama in the locker room? Do you want to hurt AEW and their business? Do you want to make fans think that that's a shitty place to work? Do you want other
Mhm.
wrestlers to think it's a shitty place to work? Like even if you're being told that from inside sources, why are you reporting it? It makes no sense. All you're doing is harm. That's
Mhm.
all you're doing
Media is
by reporting
toxic,
stuff
man.
like that. It's
Media,
toxic.
dude, media is so toxic.
It is.
Yeah, because all they care about is what.
I just don't get it, and that's the main reason I can't stand dirt sheets, and
Mhm.
one of my biggest gripes about guys like Meltzer.
Yeah, and that's the unfortunate world we live in with the internet, and people get paid by clicks. It's all they want is those clickbait articles that just.
Literally,
Ringside News is the king of them, man.
dude,
Ringside,
I can't stand Ringside News, man. They're the
so bad.
worst. They're the worst. There's a reason I unfollowed them
I don't.
a long time ago.
The only stuff from them I see is stuff that gets put in the group chat just to joke and make jokes about.
Damn it, Ringside at it again. Oh man. Anything else you want to say about this before we move on?
Nope, I'm done talking about Meltzer. We talked about him too much.
Listen, Dave, I know you're never gonna hear this, but I don't
Go
hate
fuck
you.
yourself.
Okay. Just please stop hurting the business because a lot of
Hmm.
the stuff that you're doing is hurting the business, and we don't appreciate it as fans. The actual
Yeah.
fans don't appreciate it.
Yep.
So,
Yeah,
all
I
right, moving
agree.
on. That's enough.
Hmm.
Superstar recognition. Basically, just highlighting one superstar that you want to give props to, something that they did, something that they're doing, something that they're going to do, something that you've liked recently. Just giving somebody shine that maybe isn't getting a lot of shine in the media.
Hmm.
So who's your superstar of the week or whatever? I don't even know what we're gonna call it.
For me, this is someone who doesn't get enough credit for how much he changed the wrestling business, and that's Matt Cardona slash Zack Ryder. Like
Hell yeah,
Alex and I have known each other for a few years, and he probably I'm a huge like Matt Cardona supporter. Like people don't understand, like even outside the ring, how good I think he's a great wrestler. He changed the business for what he did with YouTube and Twitter. Like he was posting stuff just to get interaction on Twitter and YouTube. He had his own YouTube channel before he had a YouTube channel. He had his Twitter stuff going before he really went big with it. Like that was more than change the wrestling business, more than how everyone does stuff outside of wrestling. And like, he was like a big pioneer for that he'll never get credit for because he's not this huge name like main eventers, unfortunately.
yeah, yeah.
And
Matt Cardona was amazing, man.
mhm.
He's amazing, and the way he basically revolutionized. He didn't revolutionize. That was a terrible choice of word.
Hmm.
The way he
He showed,
popularized the indie scene.
yeah, he's a pioneer of showing that just because you got fired from W or AEW, that's not the end of your career.
Exactly.
When they did a big firing, I remember he tweeted like, "This is not the end of your career. It's only the end of your career if you choose it," or something
Yeah.
along that line. Like he got fired from WWE, and instead of just going on Twitter, crying, complaining, and sending hate to his WWE, he reinvented himself. He made
He
him
ran
just
that shit in the indies, dude. He ran
exactly. He
it. And
still
he's
is.
still running it.
Yeah, he's the indie god. That's
The
what he calls
indie god.
himself. But it's accurate. He's arguably one of the greatest indie names ever. To
Honestly, yeah. It's hard to argue against that.
he changed the whole concept of it. And the dude knows how to make merch, like the stuff he does with the Major Wrestling Figure Podcast, or stuff he does. Like if he gets one thing that gets over, t-shirts out like that. Like he knows the
Yeah.
merch game, and
Yeah.
he gets kind of like I said earlier. He's not toxic. Like he still praises WWE. He says he's not Zack Ryder anymore, but like that's where he got to start. He would be a nobody without that. He still
Exactly, yeah.
praises. He still appreciates everything he does. He doesn't hate on anything. Like he loves the fact that he was only Intercontinental champion for a day. 'Cause the way he says it, it's like, okay, either I could have had it for one day or have it for 50 days and have a reign that nobody remembers, where
That's
everyone
true, yeah.
remembers I had it for one day.
That's true, yeah.
Like the way he has outlooks and the way he does stuff is just so different from so many wrestlers. To me, it makes him great. I really hope he gets another run in WWE. I know he says he wants to finish his career there. His goal is still to be WWE champion. I think it's possible.
You think so?
Thing is, I think I can still see him being WWE champion.
Uh, I don't. I wouldn't mind it. I
Mhm.
don't think that'll happen though. Um, you know, I'm
Mm.
still waiting for Brian Myers to get that match against Edge. That was
Uh,
such a great moment for Cardona, man.
yeah. Oh,
Uh,
that was
that was awesome.
because yeah. Remember, we were at
Squared
Squared
Circle
Circle, and
Expo,
Matt
yeah,
Cardona was there, and he was a champion at Squared Circle, and he lost it the day before, and then had this big thing that he quit. He's not gonna finish his signings, blah 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 blah, and a whole full heel thing. Like people were pissed at the convention. People were like upset, and I remember sitting there thinking, Copeland's doing an open challenge. I'm like, ain't no way, ain't no way. And then we're at that wrestling event for the convention, and that's when he showed up, and
yeah,
everyone started whispering and shit. I'm like,
yeah.
and we also kind of knew we had an
We had an
inside
inside
source.
source.
We had
We won't
a
we won't name that inside source for because we don't want stuff like that leaking. But
yeah, because
we had an
he,
inside
he
source.
told us not the name, but we had an inside source. We, we were in the loop. We got
We
source
knew what
that
was going down.
he didn't
Yeah,
even post it on his accounts or anything. He just told us because we asked.
yeah. Face to face, yep. So it was hilarious because we knew, and then everyone around was talking like before the show, like, "Wow, Matt Cardona's a piece of shit." Blah blah
Yeah,
blah.
and we
Like,
just
can't believe he would leave for signings or whatever.
like the person
Miss,
next to us at the event, we would just like they would complain the whole time, and you and I were just
yeah,
trying not to laugh our asses
yeah.
off.
Oh man, and we kept like hinting like
Yeah, we
like,
were
"Oh, you're
hinting.
really coping with it."
Yep, we were having fun with it, and they just didn't catch on.
Oh man, good times.
I almost forgot about that moment of us getting that secret detail.
That was so much fun that weekend,
Hmm.
man.
It's a great weekend.
Before I forget here, I'm gonna send an invite to Simon. So
I wouldn't do it now because he might join in now.
yeah, my superstar recognition is not gonna take that long.
Okay.
But I'll wait. Um, so do you have anything else to say about Matt Cardona? This is your floor. So
Nah, I think that's got everything covered. Yeah, woo woo woo.
woo woo woo. Um, my superstar recognition. Someone who's been out of wrestling since 2011. Mr. Nigel McGuinness.
No, like
I
you can say,
think that seeing him come back at the All In Gauntlet match was awesome. It was a complete surprise. Thank you, Mariah May, for bringing Nigel McGuinness out of retirement. And also, it was a huge moment. I mean, in front of his home crowd,
mm-hmm.
in front of the
Oh,
London crowd, that was amazing, dude. The pop was crazy.
I'm out, dude. I love Nigel McGuinness. Like he's really good, commentator, and he's good in the ring. like you said, he was outside. He hadn't wrestled in like 13 years, and he was pretty good in that battle
He's
royal.
for being out for 13 years.
Yeah.
I mean, not perfect by any means, but you can't expect somebody with that much ring rust to be perfect.
Hmm.
So I'm sure he's been training like crazy. So,
Yeah, I'm
but
excited. I'm so excited. Like this Danielson stuff he had. Like he was another person we talked to at the wrestling convention, and he was still just hating on Danielson. No cameras around or anything.
dude, meeting Nigel McGuinness was so awesome. He just that clam digger, Brian Danielson.
Yeah, no,
Oh
dude,
man,
I'm a huge. I'm so excited for that match.
the same. I love his kayfabe hatred for Brian Danielson. It
Hmm.
just warms my heart that he's able to keep the kayfabe like that.
Yeah.
And then when I think it was a Danielson Moxley match or whatever that Nigel was calling, or was it like Zack Sabre Jr. where he just like hates on Danielson the
Yeah.
whole match, and he's like, "Do it to him." He like pops up in the camera, and he's like, "Just so many moments of Nigel are memorable. It's amazing." So probably one of my favorite commentators, if I'm being honest.
He's a really good commentator. Like really, really good.
Him and I think one of my favorite commentary duo was probably Mauro Ranallo and Nigel McGuinness when they were Black and Gold NXT.
Yeah,
I
I'm
know you're
not.
not a big fan of Mauro, but
Yeah.
man, he brought the energy. He was so energetic and
To me, for AEW wise, my favorite trio announce team is Nigel, Excalibur, and Taz. Like I
that's
just
mine
love.
too.
It's such a good combination. 'Cause I'm
It
not a
is.
Shivani fan. As much as I hate to say it, JR is not good anymore.
Um,
To me, that
I
those.
like Shivani, but Taz is like I think an all-time favorite
Hmm.
announcer as
He's in
well.
my top five
He
announcers.
he's amazing. He's a
Hmm.
great announcer because he not only like understands, but like he understands wrestling.
Hmm.
Like he knows wrestling,
Yeah.
obviously.
All
He's
these.
great at like naming moves and stuff and
Yeah.
saying like he's great at saying stuff like, "Oh, this is how like this can be countered to make it like not hurt as bad or whatever."
Hmm.
Or it's or what some like anything like that. He's really good at that.
Yeah, I love wrestlers turned commentators because they know it. They know the sport. They know the
Yeah.
moves. They know the small details. Like, other than Michael Cole and JR, all my favorite commentators are former wrestlers.
Yeah. Yeah. Um all right, enough of the commentator talk. Back to Nigel McGuinness. Um bringing Oasis out of retirement, that's insane.
Hmm.
So his return not only had an influence on him, but in pop culture as a whole. So
Yeah,
that's
for
pretty
real.
crazy. I'm really excited to see him back in the ring. What him and Danielson are able to do on Wednesday, tomorrow night. Just looking forward to it. I feel like it's not being talked about enough that holy crap, Nigel McGuinness is wrestling a match
Yeah.
tomorrow.
I feel like he doesn't get credit he deserves. I think this is
No,
perfect segment for him because he doesn't get any credit.
absolutely. And his promos that he's been cutting on Danielson have been awesome too.
Hell yeah,
He's
dude's
just
good.
talking so much shit. I love it. uh,
All right, should we bring
that
it out? You got anything else to say about Nigel?
No, that's about all I got. So let me go ahead and let's get Simon in here. There he
Hell yeah!
is.
How you guys
Make
doing?
it.
All right, everyone, and looks like Simon has joined us. So welcome, Simon. If you want to introduce yourself, tell us what you like about wrestling, why you like wrestling, whatever you want to tell us. Basically, just a short introduction.
Sweet. I will try and keep it as simple as possible because it's just there's like so many like aspects of why I love this goofy ass soap opera, like I call it. But it's everything, man. It's everything. It's really hard to put into words. Just like I just love over the top stuff, and there's nothing more over the top than wrestling, in my opinion. Like it's just
Hmm.
like it's one of those things. So like it makes for me anyways it makes no sense but it does, and then the stuff that does make sense makes you go yowie wowie, that was friggin' awesome. But then there's like it's like layers to it. It's like I just again I don't know how to put it into words. I just love everything about it. I love the theatrical stuff about it. I love that is how like everybody can like different shapes and sizes of life can just watch this Scooby ass thing, and I love everything about it, man. It's just I love everything about it. I love the business side of it. I love the the storylines. I love just everything about it, man. I'm actually getting goosebumps now just thinking about it.
Oh
But
yeah.
I
I
love it,
think we're
dude.
all with you there, man.
Mm-hmm.
There's just something
Yeah,
special about wrestling that no other thing really has that type of like goosebump feeling.
yeah.
So it's just
Mm-hmm.
it's a mix of everything you could really want: drama, athleticism, storytelling, just whatever. It's great.
And the thing is too with me, like again, I said this before. I love over the top shit in life. Like that's just what I gravitate towards. Like when I want to be entertained, it's just over the top stuff. Because life, can life is like I love life, obviously, but like life can sometimes suck. So like it's
Mm-hmm.
kind of an escape, It's like, oh
Oh
well,
yeah.
life sucks, but let's watch Joe Hendry appear in NXT for God knows why he's there, but I love it.
It's an
Say his name,
escape.
he appears.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Hell yeah,
You know,
man.
and wrestling brings people together. Like we know Simon, same way Alex and I know each other that we talked about in the past from a Facebook group or wrestling talk. And yeah, it's again 3 people from 3 different states. And I haven't met yet Simon yet.
I'm an Illinois resident again now, James.
Wait, you are that's where you
My
live?
house is back in Illinois, yeah. So it's
Oh,
just on the other side of the river of where I was living, but it's technically Illinois. So
okay, okay.
two Illinois residents and one Ohio.
Ohio and
Ohio.
Ohio,
Well,
Ohio
Fuck
night.
Ohio.
welcome back to this
That,
shitty state, Alex.
Yeah, trust me, I know.
what's the weather like in the small talk is kind of cringy, but yeah. What's the
It
weather
was
like in
beautiful today, man. It was
Illinois?
like
Is it
72 for a high today. I got my windows open, my AC is off. It's great. It's great. It's
It's
beautiful.
raining by me. It hasn't stopped raining all day.
Really? It
Yeah.
hasn't rained at all here. Huh.
Yeah, it was raining up a storm. I actually walked to work yesterday because I didn't have a ride. So I walked a mile yesterday in the rain. It was kind of, but
Hey,
yeah,
you
no,
really
but
get
no,
to you really get to know yourself walking in the rain like that. So
yeah, yeah. But no, it's like no, but it's been raining all day. But yeah.
Yeah. So should
All
we
right.
move?
awesome, man.
Any
Well,
other
yeah, I
remarks?
guess we can move on to our first guess the wrestler with the guest. Our
Do you know
guest
how to
Am I
say
the
more?
first
wrestler, if
one?
you will.
We did ours earlier, so this is on you, buddy. You know how it works,
We're
right?
gonna play guess the wrestler with you, Simon. So
Okay.
basically, what's gonna happen is I'm gonna set a timer for a minute, and you're gonna ask yes or no questions, as many as you want, and then you can guess the wrestler at any time. We'll answer yes or no to your questions. For example, like do they work in WWE or whatever. Like
Okay.
just yes or no questions, and then you can guess the wrestler at any time. But once your time is up, once your minute's up, you get one final guess. So
Okay.
sound good?
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna start. I got the timer here. I got it set at a minute 3, so it's gonna count down once it hits a minute. Ask away, okay?
Yes, sir. Alrighty. So is this a current wrestler?
Yes.
WWE
Yes.
main roster?
Yes.
Former champion?
Yes.
Does he have a title now?
No.
Okay. SmackDown or Raw?
SmackDown.
Male or female?
Has to be yes or
Male.
no male, but yes or
Yes
no
or no
question.
question. So is it male? Is he a male or is he a female? But
Uh,
20 seconds.
oh my God. AJ Styles?
No,
Former WWE champion?
not WWE champion. No,
Former world champion though.
Okay. Damn it. Roman Reigns?
no.
Good guess, but no. So okay, you got one final guess, Simon. So let's see. SmackDown, male, former world champion, not a title holder currently. I don't know what else you asked really, but yeah.
I'm trying to think of programs right now.
If he gets it on his first try, I swear to God.
Kevin Owens?
No fucking way, dude. What the hell? This is ridiculous. Oh my God. Yeah, it was Kevin Owens, Kevin Steen, Kevin Owens. That
Kevin
is
Steen.
insane, dude. I'm so sick of you guys already.
Man.
Oh my god, dude. Simon, there's no fucking way. So James's guess the wrestler was Sami Zayn earlier. And he didn't
That's
really
great.
like dwindle it down that much.
No.
I didn't think it was obvious at all, and his time ran out, and then he just randomly threw out Sami Zayn. This literally happened
That's
last week too with Batista.
yeah, I saw yeah.
Dude.
Oh, that's great. I feel so proud of myself, I really yeah.
Remember when we forgot about Kevin Owens in our draft the one time?
Yeah, I was going to bring up there's yeah. So a long time ago. I guess 2 years now.
It's been a couple of years, yeah.
Yeah, Alex and I had this little little podcast show in the wrestling group where we all met, and it was the first episode, and we did like a draft, and then at the end of the episode, we were like, "Huh, we're forgetting somebody," and then his last pick was Stanhausen, and then I looked at the thing, I'm like, "Holy shit!" Alex picked Danhausen for Kevin Owens. And granted, I did too. But
Yeah, you picked 25 wrestlers or however many we picked before Kevin Owens too.
exactly.
I didn't even have him in my wrestler pool. I just totally forgot about
It
him.
was a total of 50 people, and not one of y'all said Kevin Owens.
Is it not our proudest moment at all? We just
In our
it slipped our mind.
defense, like Kevin Owens from like 20, like not saying he was irrelevant because I think he's one of the most underappreciated like wrestlers of all time, if you ask me. Not underrated, but underappreciated only because like when you think of like one of like the best performers in the last 20 years, like I'm not saying nobody like thinks of him, but I really don't hear people thinking, Kevin Owens is up there. Because in my opinion, he is up there. He's one of the best performers we've seen in the last 20 years. But so granted, like during like 2020, 2021, he really wasn't doing anything like significant during that time because he was just underutilized. But that's always one of my favorite memories, man, is you picking. Yeah, that's great. But
That's crazy.
Anyways, Danhausen. God damn it.
I'm a winner.
Yeah, you're a winner,
Congratulations. That was
Simon.
impressive.
Congratulations. God,
Yep.
I can't believe that.
Yeah, that's great.
Should we move to our next segment?
We shall. So I think this is going to be our draft. We're doing a draft
Yeah,
for the first
speaking
time
of
on
drafts.
this. For the first time on this
actually,
podcast.
sorry to interrupt. I actually had a question. I forgot to ask this. So, when you told me about this, you said pick how many in our little thing. So, is this like a draft format, or is it just
It's
like
a draft format, so we'll go snake. So it'll be whoever picks 1, 2, 3, and then it'll 3, 2, 1, and then 1, 2, 3. And you can pick any wrestler at any time. It just has to be 2 current male superstars, 2 current male or female wrestlers, and 1 legend, non-active wrestler. So,
How should
and we are putting one more rule in. The current wrestlers, you will get them in their prime. So if you pick so and so, who's kind of a little at the tail end of their career now, you'll get them in their prime. So for the current wrestlers, or should we do like actual current, like in their current state?
I mean,
I say old
That would make
time.
it a little more interesting.
I say old time, the overall person.
I would say overall because
person.
let's say like
like for example, AJ Styles.
Yeah, exactly.
Or like John Cena or
Does John Cena even count since he's
a
not
legend?
Technically a current?
He wrestled like 3 matches last year, and he's having his retirement tour.
I think we
next
should do
year.
full time. We should do full time wrestlers for the current.
Okay.
So John Cena, I think, would be considered a legend.
I got a wheel here. I don't know if y'all can see the names, but
no, I don't know, bud.
Well, it's okay. So I'm blue, Simon's red, Alex is yellow.
I hate yellow, by the way.
And that's how we decide.
Okay, so who goes first?
First one is
I can't see.
me. I got the first one.
God damn it, James.
You can see right there.
I think it's rigged.
Definitely.
All right, so then roll for second, I guess. All right, Simon, who's getting the second pick? It's me. Let's go.
God damn it, it's rigged.
All right, so Alex. Okay, it'll be me, Alex, Simon.
Yeah,
All right,
boy.
so my number one overall pick to build a company is Will Ospreay.
You bastard. All right, that's a nice solid pick. That was going to be my pick, so let's see. That throws a wrench in my plans. Okay, my number one pick. I'm going Maxwell Jacob Friedman, MJF, because he's better than you, and you know it,
I know it.
and you know it.
Okay.
So that's one. That's one on current for me.
That stinks. I was going to pick him. Damn it.
James or Simon, you get 2 picks now.
Okay. All right. So. Okay, so I know who the first one is. Definitely is going to be. My first pick is Cody Rhodes.
Okay.
And I'm approaching this too, not only like as a storyteller or a performer. I'm thinking of a draw.
Okay,
And
fair enough.
and right now he's doing fantastic, like with merchandise sales, stuff like that. I saw a thing. I forgot what specifically it was, but he's like a top 5 like merch selling athlete like in general right now.
Yeah, we were just
Fanatic.
talking
I'm
about that.
fanatic. So, yeah, we talked
Yeah,
about that a little earlier in the episode. That's crazy.
yeah. So so he's my first pick.
I feel like we all went with pretty good draws there in the 1st round.
As a heel, because I want to draft a good heel. And it's going to be a male of some kind.
Taking the duo.
I'm trying to hurry up, though. I don't want to take it.
You're fine, dude. You're fine.
You know what? I'm going to take Kenny Omega then. Because...
Oh, you motherfucker.
Yeah. Because he's a fantastic heel when he wants to be. And I feel like him and Cody Rhodes being... Yeah. And he's like one of the biggest draws in the last 20 years in wrestling.
Damn, dude.
Yeah, so that's my second overall pick.
Literally, both of you took the 2 people that I wanted. All right. So I think I'm gonna go. I think this guy will come back next to me next round. So I am. No, I'm just gonna take him now. Give me the greatest technical wrestler to ever live, Bryan Danielson.
That was my next one. It's a good pick. Good choose picking him.
Give me that MJF Bryan Danielson rematch in my new company.
So for my second overall pick, female, I'm going Rhea Ripley.
Okay.
And for my third pick, going off a draw and he can work at the heel and face, I'm going with the best in the world.
James already lost. He lost.
Yeah, he already lost. Oh. Yeah, there's no debate.
All right. So James, both of your current wrestlers are out, and 1 female is out. So both of my currents are out. So I need 2 females and a legend. Okay. So I'm gonna go. I'm looking at my list here. It's tough because I don't know if one of these will come back to me. I'm gonna go with Mariah May as one of my females. I think she's got it all. I think she's got it all. She's a fantastic wrestler, and her character work on point. So I think she's one of the best females in the business actually currently. So
I respect that. I love that. Is it my turn?
Yep. You get 2 picks now.
Okay. So
both of your current wrestlers are up.
Males.
Yeah, Cody and Kenny Omega.
So could I theoretically like pick like the non-active from one of the next 2 picks?
Yeah.
Okay. So I am doing that right off the bat because I don't want to risk it. Number 1, our first pick is Undertaker. 100%. 100%.
Undertaker.
Because I would freaking like kick myself really hard if he was not, because he's like, what do you want me to say? I mean, I don't want any disputes in my locker room. I want no bullshit. I want a clean locker room. And who else to do that than the Undertaker? You know, and not to mention that's not even like mentioning like how great he was as a performer, as a person, as a no, yeah, just Undertaker. He's everybody. Like everybody in life who is a wrestling fan, I guarantee you, at least once tried to do the Undertaker eye roll. They've
Oh yeah.
tried. They've tried to
I
turn
can
on
do it.
lights doing this. I can do it,
Or
goddammit.
they've taken
I
their
did it
hat
for the
off like
fourth
the
grade talent
Undertaker.
show.
Taking the hat off like like Taker too.
When I lived in Buffalo when I was a kid, there was a house where it had one of those like light switches, like those knob light switches. And
Mhm.
every day I would come home from school, I would like dim the lights to mimic the Undertaker. While the other hand, like doing this. But no, so that's my first pick, and then I have two more ladies. I have two ladies to
Two
go.
ladies. So you get one pick right now.
I am because I'm confident I'm going to get this girl, hopefully. But my first pick is Charlotte Flair.
Okay.
I think she. I mean, yes, her getting the title 15 times is incredibly like frustrating because she was overexposed, and I get why people
It was
did
like
not
the
like
span
her.
of like 6 years too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She won it in a
Oh,
ridiculously short amount of time. It was crazy.
so I never like. Well, I mean, you shouldn't bash people's like wrestling opinion if it isn't harmful because it's wrestling opinions, man. Just like get the tribalism bullshit out of here. Like wrestling opinions are wrestling opinions, Just keep it simple. But so I've always understood why people was not a big like Charlotte fan because they kept like shoving her down people's fucking throats. Because I get it, I get it 100%. But if you're looking from a talent perspective, in my opinion, she is one of if not the greatest in ring like female wrestler we've seen in a long time, and she puts out bangers after bangers, and it sucks because the last few years she's got an injury bug, and it
Yeah.
just absolutely sucks that she keeps getting injured. But man, I think she's one of the best, and she amazes me every time she steps in the ring. And not only like her in ring performance, but like she cuts a really good promo as a heel.
Mhm.
Like as a
Mm.
promo as a heel, as a face, but as a heel, she's amazing. So yeah, those are my two
All right.
picks.
I'm going to go with the woman that I think personally, pound for pound, is the best wrestler in the world, women's wrestler in the world, Bianca Belair.
Mm. All
Judge
right.
me all you want. I don't care.
No, that was my next pick.
No, no,
Oh,
I'm
okay,
not
okay,
judging
good, okay. I think she's fantastic. I think she is. I would consider her the best women's wrestler in the world.
All right. All right. So for my next woman pick, you know what? I'm gonna go with Becky Lynch.
Oh, over Tony Storm?
I don't care for Tony Storm as much. And for my final pick, let's go the
So
legend
you got a
himself.
legend left. Legend.
Yeah, Shawn Michaels.
I knew it was coming. I just,
yeah,
ah, man, that's disappointing.
yeah.
So I'm back to my legend, and I'm gonna go with one that is a dream match for me: Bryan Danielson versus Kurt Angle.
I thought you were gonna say
Okay.
Chris Benoit.
Shut up, James.
Nah, man, Kurt Angle, in my opinion, is one of the most underrated wrestlers of all time. In
Yeah,
terms of like accomplishments, I guess, or recognition. Because
yeah.
like people talk about the goats all the time, and like Kurt's name never gets brought up. It's kind of disappointing.
Mhm.
But he's probably the greatest one of the greatest in ring wrestlers of all time, easily. And I think he's one of the best entertainers that I've seen. Healer
Mhm.
face, like he did it all, man. He was just hilarious. So the sexy Kurt, he thinks he's
I'll
sexy
make your
Kurt.
ankle hurt. Kirk Seeker.
All right.
All right, Simon, who's your final woman pick?
Simon.
Okay, so I am thinking of the future. Like Back to the Future. The future. I'm going with Sky Blue. I think
Okay.
she is
I
the
like that.
future of women's wrestling, and I need youth somewhere, so I'm going with Sky Blue.
Fair
Awesome.
enough. Fair enough.
I like that pick. Yeah,
Yeah.
she's improved a lot since in the past couple of years. So I'm excited to see her back.
Oh, so no, damn it! No.
Too late.
It's
Can't.
picked. You picked it. You
late.
picked it.
Too late. But I mean, Sky. Wait,
Billy Starks and Sky Blue don't even have the same name. Holy shit!
Oh, no, they don't.
did you?
Damn.
Were you thinking of? Did you say Sky Blue thinking it was Billy Starks?
Yes,
I don't blame him thinking about Sky Blue.
Right? Yeah.
How
You know what?
how old
I'll let
even
it
is
slide.
she?
I'll let it slide, Simon. You get Billy Starks.
Yeah, I'll give him the
Billy
slide.
Starks.
Billy Starks has been awesome, dude. In Ring of Honor, she's been great. So her stuff with
Thank
Athena
God.
has been hilarious. So either way, they're both young. So
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's good.
all right. So I'm gonna go over the rosters real quick one last time. I got them written down here in my handy dandy notepad. So James,
Oh.
he's got Shawn Michaels, the greatest of all time. You bastard. Will Ospreay and CM Punk, Rhea Ripley and Becky Lynch. And then for my team, I've got Kurt Angle, Bryan Danielson and MJF, Bianca Belair and Mariah May. And then Simon, you've got Undertaker, Cody Rhodes and Kenny Omega, and then Charlotte Flair and Billy Starks. So those are the teams. So we're going to ask you guys watching to vote down below who's got the best team. Which company would you watch if you could only watch one of these three? And let us know. We're curious. Definitely not Simon's and definitely not James because he stole my damn goat. He stole my goat.
All right, to the final segment.
Conclusion for our draft. So great segment there, guys.
Yep.
Thank you.
Now, do you want to do top 5 or top 3?
Top 5 of all time or top 3 of all time?
Yeah.
I prepared for top 5, but
are we doing all? We're doing all time, not
Yeah.
Okay. I think I'm prepared for top. Let's do a top 5.
Okay, works for me.
We don't have to go super into depth on everyone because that
Yeah.
would take a while to go through 15 wrestlers. But
Here's a brief statement. Why I would say.
Name them, brief statement. Yeah. So Simon's the guest, so
yeah, we'll Simon, go ahead.
So again, is this like top 5 favorite? Because I thought it was favorite. So it's
Yeah, top 5.
Yeah, top 5 favorites. Yeah.
All time favorites.
Of all time. Yep.
Because disclaimer, I don't think this is like top 5 all time. Like this is me being biased.
And let's start from 5. Let's start from 5 and go your way to 1.
Yeah. So number 5 for me would have to be Mick Foley.
All right.
Because again, I love wrestling and I'll never stop loving wrestling, and that's never going to change. But however, the one thing I do struggle with pro wrestling is like people like not the same formula, but like the same thing every single week. And that's why I love Mick Foley, because like he was just so different from everybody else. Like people and this might be a spoiler for another one in my entry, but like people always said, "Oh, Bray Wyatt was the Undertaker. This day's Undertaker." I disagree with that heavily. I think he was this like present day, like he was the Mick Foley of this generation, because he was so versatile with his characters. He knew when to bring something out. He knew when to not bring something out, and I think like he was more like Mick Foley, if anything else, in my opinion. But no, Mick Foley, man, he was just like this. And I've been like watching his Japan stuff, which is just absolutely a big mind fuck. He was just some of the stuff he did with like Terry Funk and like shit like that. Like he was just absolutely brutal with Captain Shaq and all that. So number 5 is Mick Foley for me personally.
All right.
Number 4? Mm-hmm. I think you'll just do them all.
Yeah.
Number 4, okay. Number 4 for me would be Jeff Hardy.
Okay.
AEW.
Jeff Hardy, right?
My first like all-time favorite when I was 9, because I grew up in the ruthless aggression era, like at the tail end of it, like 2009, 2010.
Oh, you missed the good stuff.
Yeah, yeah, it was not good TV looking back, but at the time it was very special to me
Mm-hmm.
because that's when I started watching wrestling, and I got to watch last like few months of Jeff Hardy's like run before he went to TNA, and just everything. But I just wanted to be him like so bad, man, like him so bad. I'm maybe not like the drug stuff, but like the face paint and like the wristbands and the and the juke and
The Jew.
and the theme song and like that's great. He was amazing. But I loved him, and I never cried as hard as I did when I was 9 when he lost CM Punk in a loser leave WWE match. I was
Man, was I
traumatized.
upset. I was so pissed. I used
I
to hate
know.
Punk because of that.
And then the next week, his music hit. I'm like, oh my god, he's returning! And then it was just CM Punk dressed in Jeff Hardy. I'm like, God, but
Savage as hell.
no. So that's number 4. Number 3 is Shawn Michaels. Just like again, like it's kind of the same thing with like Jeff Hardy. Is I caught his tail end of his career. I caught like the last like year and a half of his career. Big boy, where those like just, in my opinion, like. Again, I'm biased, but in my humble opinion, that was the greatest stretch of his career. Not the greatest stretch, but like the greatest moments consist of this last like couple years of his career. Whether it was like the all Taker showdowns, like in the 2007 Royal Rumble, like that was legendary by itself. The first Mania match is, in my opinion, the greatest match of all time. And then his farewell. My God, farewell retirement. God, like my heart's pounding. I love talking about this shit, but no, like Shawn Michaels is just so special to me. Even like when he was like at the tail end of his career, like the guy never missed a beat, and like he's an exception to me looking back because, like I said before, I like wrestlers that go through change and stuff like that, and like his character, like in kayfabe, never changed, but as a person, like he obviously changed a lot. So I just heavily respect that because in an industry where it takes a lot of like good people and like make them like going down a path, and sometimes they don't come out of that path. And Shawn Michaels fortunately did for the better. So I always respected him in that regard too. So he's number 3. Number 2 for me is The Undertaker. Again, caught the tail end of his prime, but the guy was fantastic, and he made something that should not have worked at all, the character wise, and made it into one of the best characters of all time, if not
For
the
30
best character
years.
of all time. I mean,
It's a long
I mean,
time for
I
wrestling.
mean, it's just like it's incredible how it turned out so well for him because on paper it sounds horrible. This guy, he's dead, and he goes to the ring and he controls lighting and he does this, and sometimes he comes out of flaming caskets, and sometimes he roses up. Like it's on paper it doesn't sound that good at all, but like the execution of it just made it so. He put the fear in God in you every time he slowly walked into the ring. The entrance theme by itself was great. The he just definition of badass. He was just the definition of a badass. So he's number 2 for me. He was number 1 for the longest time, and then a couple years ago, Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt got released by WWE after the whole Fiend debacle, and then at first I'm like, you know what, like yeah, like it didn't really work out. But then I looked back when he was away from wrestling, and then like we watched like his Y Family stuff, and even like his Y Family stuff in NXT before he got called up. I'm like, oh my god, this guy was fucking fantastic. He was a genius. And then, and I want to say the beginning part of the Fiend, because in the beginning the Fiend was awesome. Like it was just like the Fiend was like the character was just so awesome because at first we knew it what it was. The Fiend went after people that hurt Bray Wyatt in the past or who he beefed with, but Bray Wyatt would come out in his like I guess Mr. Rogers like character and like target new people and like stuff like that. So I always thought that was kind of cool. But then like overall, Vince McMahon just did his Vince McMahon thing. It kind of clashed with Bray Wyatt, and then he was gone. And I thought, oh man, I really missed the frick out of Bray Wyatt because he brought something new to the industry that we never really seen before. And like I said before, countless times, I love new stuff. So when he returned, I think the greatest execution of a return of all time is MJF returning. Like a couple years back, I forgot what pay-per-view it was, but I think that's the
James
greatest
and I were
return of
there.
all time.
It was great.
But
Or James,
yeah,
you were there, weren't you? All Out 2022.
yeah,
I
that's
don't
when
think
it was
he's
all
talking about that one. He's talking about the one from this year.
No.
No, when he returned
That
it
was a
All
good
Out.
return.
When he returned it All Out.
Oh yeah,
As,
yeah,
as
okay,
the
yeah.
devil.
When he
Yeah,
won
we were
the
both there.
ladder match and like all that.
Okay, yeah.
But no,
okay.
my favorite return though is when he returned to Extreme Rules of that year. Because I just thought that was I still think that's the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life. Like all the Firefly characters in the crowd, the new mask he developed. I thought the original mask that he wore was just really freaking cool. And just all everything about that night was just amazing. And then like I had this epiphany like maybe he is my favorite wrestler of all time. And like before like he got sick, I really started to be a fan of his again, and then he went away from TV without explanation. And then I thought, oh, he'll come back, and he'll be with his brother. And then he didn't come back, and then like I'm sorry if I'm going on too long, but like how like a favorite athlete of yours dies, or like something like that. Like where you're at, like the Kobe thing. Like when Kobe Bryant died, like one of those like that's where you're like you remember what you were doing, what happened, and then time froze, and like you'll never forget like where you were when you hit the news. That's how it was with Bray Wyatt. I was home alone streaming on Twitch, and I got the message from a buddy of mine I used to go to high school, and I turned off the switch and the Twitch stream, and I didn't do anything for the rest of the night. I mean, the guy was just he like I know it sounds silly, but he meant a lot to me, only because like I thought he was just so creative and so like he was I enjoyed watching the guy every time he entered the ring. So, but no, in essence, that's my top five. Five is so all
real
that.
good list. I like that list.
Yeah, so that's my top five. So
You
I'm sorry if I
want me to
rambled on
go?
too
You
much.
You good? You good?
Oh, you're fine. Yeah,
That's what we're here for. We're talking wrestling.
we love wrestling.
Hey, you want to go next, Alex?
Sure. Yeah. So number 5, I'm going to say Mr. Rob Van Dam himself. I absolutely loved RVD growing up. He was just so innovative, like doing like the split-legged springboard off of the turnbuckle, doing the spinning kick when someone was hanging over the barrier, like doing the spinning heel kick from the apron, rolling thunder. Like the dude just like used his body in ways that wrestlers really hadn't before to inflict damage on people, and I just thought it was awesome.
Oh yeah, dude.
And
I
he was
love
and
RVD.
best 5-star frog splash ever.
Oh yeah, because he sells it
Easily, and he sold the fuck out of it too. He sold it so well. I love RVD, and meeting him was so cool too.
Yeah.
Number 4, I'm going to say I have my list here. I didn't want to look at it. Have to look at it, but Adam Cole, baby. He's the reason I got back into wrestling. So his run in NXT Black and Gold was phenomenal. Basically the main reason I got back into wrestling and fall back in love with it. So that, and then when he debuted in AEW, obviously at All Out 2021 was just an incredible moment. Love Adam Cole, great wrestler, great promo too. So I miss him. I hope he's able to come back.
He has to be back soon. It's been over a year.
It's literally Grand Slam last year is when he broke his foot. It's
Well, it's funny
heartbreaking the things
because
that dude's been through, man. Like the concussion that kept him out for 9 months or whatever, only to
Mhm.
come back and have a great storyline with MJF just to get hurt in the middle of it. Like,
Yeah.
what was funny because when we last saw him, he took that bump from MJF.
yeah,
So when
the
he took
brain
the
buster.
bump, I'm
Yeah,
like, oh my god, he must be cleared in some capacity if he took a bump. But then
yeah. All
obviously
right.
he wasn't.
Yeah, man, I miss
Yeah,
him. So hoping we see him back in the ring soon. So,
yeah.
number three, Kurt Angle, one of the greatest in-ring wrestlers of all time, one of my favorite entertainers of all time. The dude could do anything, and just his segments were hilarious. His matches are some of my favorite of all time. His match with my number one on the list actually is in my top five favorite matches of all time. Just great feuds with Shawn, with Eddie, with Brock, and it goes on and on. So absolutely love Kurt Angle as a wrestler and entertainer. Number two, I'm going to say it's Triple H. In my opinion, he's the greatest heel of all time. So
Hell yeah.
not Roddy Piper, not Ric Flair, not Randy Orton, whatever. Nah, man, Triple H is the greatest heel of all time. So and he was so much fun to watch. There's everything he did was entertaining and it was awesome.
Hell yeah.
That, and not to mention he gave me probably my favorite stretch of wrestling ever with Black and Gold NXT.
Mm-hmm.
So that kind of puts him up the list for me too. Not only what
I
he
have a
did in the ring, but
I have a question, good sir. Was he ever your favorite wrestler of all time? Because I don't know why I thought he
number
was your
one.
favorite wrestler of all time. Yeah, was he ever
No,
or no?
I don't think so. No,
Huh.
he's been real high though. He's always been up there, but
I don't know
I
why.
don't think
I
I've
always
ever
thought.
I don't think I've
I know
ever
who
had
number
him
one
number
is.
one.
I
You
know who
go.
your number one is, but
James knows. Saxby knows. The whole world knows.
James
Shawn
Ellsworth.
Michaels, the Heartbreak Kid. Shawn Michaels. I'm just kidding. It's Brodus Clay. Shawn
This city's
Michaels, the
one.
Heartbreak Kid. In my opinion, he is the greatest performer of all time in the wrestling business. The dude had two different Hall of Fame careers. I was only watching wrestling during his second run, but I think his second run was better than his first run.
Agreed.
He had the classic matches with Triple H and The Undertaker, with Kurt Angle, just everybody. His match with Kurt Angle at WrestleMania 21 is like in my top tier matches of all time.
Mm-hmm.
It's up there. So just everything that Sean did was amazing. Like he had the aura, he could sell, he could perform in the ring, he could do like pretty much anything in the ring.
For real.
And
He's there's a reason they call him Mr. WrestleMania. Like every
Mm-hmm.
time that dude had a big time match, he absolutely delivered. So
Whether
and
the
he
big
had,
time match or not, it could have been a mid card match and it's gonna be a
exactly, yeah.
banger.
I
oh
mean,
yeah,
he had the 1 hour match with Cena on Raw that one time. Like that
Mm-hmm.
was amazing. He had that match
yeah.
with Shelton Benjamin that was great on Raw.
Brother
Like,
Destruction versus DX.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
Blech.
Shut up, James! Shut up, James! No,
Sorry, Shawn
I was just
Michaels,
about to
baby.
say. I was just about to say. Oh well. Well, he had the greatest last match of all time, which is definitely his last match.
Yeah.
Wink, wink. No
Against the
hesitation.
Undertaker at WrestleMania 26.
Yeah,
Wink.
that was his last match. But here's the thing that bugs me with that actual last match of his. He wasn't that bad in it.
Yo, he
He
wasn't the problem. Absolutely,
no,
he wasn't the issue.
like I'm not saying he's like 2008 Shawn Michaels, God no, but I still think he could step into a ring today and still give out an okay match. So that's what pissed me off about the match. But he
Yeah.
shouldn't have either. He shouldn't have came out of retirement.
No.
No,
Like
that
that's
that was not the time. Definitely not the time or place for that.
It
Especially
was
with the
just the
King and
money.
Undertaker the way they were.
Yeah.
It was money, 100%.
Oh, was that Saudi money hits different.
it's just. So what's just one question before I thought about this before? What's a bigger train wreck of a match, Taker Goldberg or DX versus Brothers of Destruction?
Makes it sound like Taker's a problem.
I mean, at that point in his career, he kind of was, to be
Yeah,
honest. But no, probably Goldberg. Goldberg almost fucking killed Taker.
Yeah.
yeah, that was a bad spot.
I'd say that's probably
Yeah,
more of a train wreck.
yeah,
Because at least in a tag match, you can. I'm not saying it's good by any means, but you can at least kind of hide
high
The
limitations.
with at least a couple of decent things, but in Taker and Goldberg, there's no hiding anything. It was just
Yeah.
I will say this: I think one like low key one of like Triple H's like biggest accomplishments as a booker is significantly improving those god awful Saudi Arabia
Oh
shows.
yeah.
100%, 100%. Because holy shit, Vinnie
they were
Mac,
bad.
like that those shows under Vinnie Mac were the most Vinny shows of all time. I swear to God, it was
Mm-hmm.
just in like that 1 year where they're in a plane hostage, that whole thing, just. But anyways, sorry for
Oh,
You're
you're
good.
rambling
fine,
on.
dude.
But
Not a problem. I do want to say one honorable mention: Brian Danielson. I
Mm-hmm.
do think he is the greatest technical wrestler of all time. So,
All right.
but
mhm.
he might crack my list. Who knows? If I come up with a list a year from now, he might be in there. Who knows? So
All right. So I'll go with mine. My number 5 is CM Punk.
he's only number 5. I figured he was going to be higher.
Yeah, no, he's my number 5.
Wow. Okay. All right.
I'm a Chicago boy. I've been involved with a lot of CM Punk's moments. I was at Money in the Bank 2011. I was at, when he debuted at Collision, when he returned that Rampage, no, when he debuted at Rampage, returned
Rampage,
that
yeah.
Collision, and when he returned in Chicago. So, and
Survivor
just
Series.
overall, yeah, overall, he's one of the best in the ring, like, all time, I would say. Promos, he's one of the top 5 promos of all time. I would say he can cut a promo on almost anyone. And again, he's the best in the world.
Never was. Never was. Never is. Never will be. What
I
is
mean, the
it?
best in the world obviously is Mercedes Monet. I
Shut
mean,
up, Simon.
All right.
My number 4 is Triple H, the game.
The
And it was
game,
one of the
baby.
big people that got me into wrestling. To me, there was nothing more badass than watching Triple H beat the shit out of Randy Orton. Like, I enjoyed it so much. Like, when he went through his house, I'm like, yeah, this dude F's people up. And, I was not a John Cena fan growing up. So when I went to WrestleMania 22, Triple H, that was my guy. I'm like, end this reign of terror for me. And
Unfortunately, it didn't
sadly, he
happen.
did not do it. But yeah,
Dude,
again,
one of the most iconic entrances ever, though, too, with the
for
water
real.
spit and his music and his music.
And just everything he's done for wrestling, he's not wrestling anymore, but he's still contributing. It's he has helped made WWE so much better.
mhm.
Like, he has changed it so many ways. And again, he's just
I
one
will.
of the greatest of all time.
I was. It's one of those things where I think the most bittersweet thing in wrestling of all time is Triple H assuming power from WWE because it was a long time coming and this should have happened years ago. I just hate the way how that happened,
Hmm.
but because I wished it would have not involved like people's lives, getting impacted. But I think he, God, he's just. Can you imagine?
Hmm. Yeah.
Hunter Hearst Helmsley, baby.
Yes, sir. My number 3 is The Undertaker. Like Simon said, legendary character, 30 years, and he's like the true only person in WWE to stay loyal for that long. He never went to WCW. He never went to Hollywood. He was loyal. He, kept people in control, put on great matches for decades, and he's still contributing. Like, he's, goes to NXT to help people, still putting on shows for them to make money. Like, he is
Coke
like the
slams The Rock at
definition of
WrestleMania just
yeah.
randomly.
He's like the definition of loyal and just again this iconic figure. Like, everyone knows who the Undertaker is. Whether you watch wrestling or not, you know who the Undertaker is.
The gong, the yeah.
But yeah, my number 2, Seth Rollins. Seth is that.
Whoa.
I'm
Yeah,
really not sure who your number 1 is now. Holy cow. I thought it was CM Punk, to be honest.
I
Mm.
know Seth Rollins. I mean, for the longest time, I never knew who was going to replace my number 1. And
I think I know who it is.
I remember when he debuted in the Shield. I'm like, this guy could be cool. In his first match, I'm like, that guy's gonna be my guy. Like I called it from the first match. Like that man's gonna be a main eventer. I didn't know anything about Dean or Roman yet. I had no opinions. But after his first match, I'm like, that guy's gonna be something. And just from then on, like he's such he's a great wrestler. I think he's really good. Amazing heel, a good face, cuts great promos. Was a nice dude to meet in real life. Likes Chicago Bears. Like he's just overall a good dude.
No, he hates
That
football,
poor guy,
James. He
dude. Yeah, he
hates
hates
football.
football.
But yeah,
That poor guy got dumped out of the stands on
So
Sunday.
that was amazing. Well, what's amazing is like I was like, huh, who's that guy you dumped him at? That was T.Y. Hilton. I'm like, oh my god,
So random.
what?
Yeah. And my number one, Alex, you should know who my number one is.
Mercedes Moné.
Shut up, Alex.
Shut up.
No, but it's gotta be Kane.
Oh, duh. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. You told me that before. Yeah.
That's my guy. Like I got his title back there. I got the poster back there. Met him. Like man, to me, growing up, seeing him in his mask, like that dude was like badass. Like this dude coming out on fire, lighting people on fire. And it's such amazing. I just remember watching him as a kid and just being like shocked. Like this dude's so freaking cool. Like one of my first memories of wrestling is him taking the mask off. Like I remember where I was sitting as clear as day, and I was only like 4 years old.
Yeah.
Most kids are terrified of that. Like Kane, again, a nice dude to meet. One of the nicest people I ever met. Gave me a free autograph, talked and everything. And to me, he's one of the most underrated people of all time too.
Yeah.
Best big man of all time?
Yeah, I'd say so.
He goes by many names too.
Would you consider Taker as a big man? But
yeah, no, I would. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like 6'10", right? 6'10",
Kane's definitely up there,
pounds.
Though. He's. I also met him a couple years ago, and he was amazing to talk to.
Yeah.
Taker?
Kane.
Okay.
Mr. Glenn Jacobs.
He goes by many names: Glenn Jacobs, Big Red Machine,
Isaac Yankem,
Corporate Kane,
the Devil's favorite,
Libertarian Kane, Mayor Kane,
Fake Diesel,
Fake God,
Isaac Yankman,
Jerry Lawler's personal dentist.
He went through it to get to that character.
Dude, yeah, he did.
But yeah, he did, debuted against The Undertaker, one of the best debuts of all time.
Oh yeah,
I think it's
the best.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I think, I love the Bloodline story, and I think it's one. I think it could someday mature to like the greatest story told of all time. I think it's an amazing story, but I still think the best story of all time is like Kane and Undertaker. I mean, come on, like I mean, like everything about that story is just fantastic.
Yes, sir. We got anything else before I close out here?
Let's see. Love wrestling. Love each other. And thank you guys for having me on.
Thank you, Simon. We appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. No, you're our first guest. We weren't able to have one last week due to scheduling problems. So you are our first guest, and if everyone out there, this is proof. We're trying to interact with everyone. Yes, we know Simon outside, but he's just one of the people who comment. If you want to join us on this podcast, just like this video and subscribe, comment and subscribe. All you gotta do is comment, subscribe. We'll pick you, we'll message you, and you get to come on here and talk wrestling.
Don't worry, it won't be awkward. We're the least awkward people. We want friendship. So
that's all we want.
I'm awkward as all hell. I'm the definition of awkward, so that's not me. But
man, no, thank you everyone. If you stuck around and watched this long, it's been a long one, but that's okay because we had a lot of fun.
Yes,
absolute
sir.
Blast. So thank you.
Thank you, Simon, too.
Yeah, thank you, Simon. If there's any ideas any of you guys have,
put in comments
and want to see them or whatever, shoot them to us or drop them in the comments, and we will we'll definitely consider it. So
yeah.
For now, I must bid you adieu. Goodbye.
Mwah.
Good night.
Go Bills.